Good evening, folks, and welcome to Split HQ, which tonight is going to be used as an arena. Yes, indeed, folks, we're here with Spinner Wars. We have all my spinners in a bowl. We're going to pick them out at random. We're going to face them off against each other. We're going to have like a quarter-final, semi-final, final. Whichever one wins is going to be the king of the spinners. So what we'll do is just close my eyes, pick one out at random, and that one will be picked. And that'll be placed against the next one I pick out, and we'll have them all in a row and see how we get on from there, folks. So here we go. Enjoy the war of the spinners. So what we have here, folks, is 16 of my best spinners, and we're just going to pull them out at random and we'll see what happens. Here we go. So the first round is going to be between the Black Death Star and the Blue Dollar. Okay. Next, we have the little brass one against the original, the very first spinner I bought. Oh, that's going to be a good one. That's exciting, that one. Next one out, we have this cumbersome brute against the little brass homemader thing. Crikey, all right. That's a David against Goliath, that one. The next one we have Aeroship versus the Heavyweight. My goodness me, that's the most expensive one I've ever got against the Aeroship. Oh, goodness me. Next one is, we have the one, they call this a pincer. And this one is the ball bearing, the noisy one. Crikey, I don't know about that one. That's going to be a difficult one to work out the outcome of that one. The next one is the egg-shaped one against the glow-in-the-dark yellow cheap one. And we have the yellow peril versus this one here. I can't remember what this one was called now, but that's a good one. That was from Amazon against the yellow one, the yellow peril. And so that just leaves the multicolored rainbow one against this cheap looking one that I got just recently from eBay, and it's basically falling apart on me already, man. Very disappointed. It's too small to really get a good spin on. However, we shall see which ones are the best. The lineup is here, folks. Okay, folks, here we go. It's the first one. Now, obviously, one is going to get spun a microsecond before the other one, because I'll have to spin one and then spin the other. But, we'll be able to see which one lasts the longest. So the first one is Blue Dollar versus the Black Death Star. So, folks, place your bets. Which one do you think is going to be the winner? So, first of all, we have the Blue Dollar versus the Black Death Star. Here we go, folks. The first one is off. And we're coming to the end now. Blue Dollar seems to be stalling a little bit. It seemed to have a bit of a disruption halfway through its spin. It seemed to stutter a bit, and it does look like it's going to finish first. Yes, so it looks like the Dark Death Star is going to win this round. Yes, it is. Let's just wait till they completely stop, though. And there it is. We have our first winner, just and no more. Next up, we have brass against the original spinner. Next up is brass against the original, so here we go. Yeah. Wow, what a speed these two are bringing up there. Look at that. Wow, off they go. We're simply coming to the end of this one, and it looks like the brass one may be just going to pop this and no more. The ceramic one, the original one, seems to be slowing down a bit. Yes, it does. And the brass one with its small inertia, gravity-based spin seems to be going to win this one. Yes, it is. It's going to win just again. It's a close call, that one. And there it is, folks. We have our second winner. There it is. Just. Next up, we have Cumbersome Brute versus the homemade little brass tap spinner. Next up, we have the Cumbersome Brute versus the homemade one. Quick adjustment there on that one. Here we go, folks. Let's give it loudly. A quiet one. The brass one seems to actually moving as it goes. Wow. There it is. We'll come back to this one. This one might take a while. Well, it looks like we're coming to close on this one, folks, and I think the brass one is going to fade away before the big cumbersome brute. Yes, this one's over. This has been a bit of a slaughter, actually, after a good speedy start. We have our winner. There it is, folks. Oh dear, unlucky. Good effort. Still going. Strong contender, this one, I think. Next up, we have the yellow peril versus the quad. Here we go, folks. It's the yellow peril versus the quad. Here we go. Oh, that yellow peril is going mad. That's got to be at least 2,000 revolutions per minute. That is going some, I'll tell you. We'll come back to this one. Well, this one could be coming to an end, folks, and it might be a bit of a surprise. I honestly thought the yellow spinner was going to take this one. It's going to be a close finish. Who's going to get this one? Certainly is going to be close. But I think the quad may be just going to get this. The yellow peril seems to be slowing down. Yes, I think that's it. It's had it. It burned out quickly. It's gone. And we have our next winner, which is the quad. This one is definitely slowing down. And the quad still goes on. There it is. Wonderful. Thank you. Next up, we have cheap falling apart spinner versus, oh, look at that, the rainbow tri-spinner. Our next fight or battle is this cheap one, which is already fallen apart. It's kind of come apart here, as you can see. Look, very loose against the galvanized majesticness of this one. So here we go, folks. Oh goodness, hang on, it's a disaster. Hang on. Oh dear. Sorry about that, folks. We'll have to have a restart. And here we go again. Right, off this time. There we go. Again, that fantastic noise of the bearings battling against the outer bearing case. What a lovely noise that is. We'll come back to this one. Look at the rainbow majesticness there. Look at that. It's not over yet, folks. It's exciting to the end. Here we go. Oh, it's going to be close. Goodness me. Oh, it gave a good fight. But I think it's just going to be nipped at the post. Look at this. It's still going. Oh, goodness me. What a fight that was. God, good effort. Good effort. But that rainbow Technicolor one. Oh, hang on. That was still going. Incredible. Hang on. Oh, Justin, no more. Good fight, that one. Goodness me. Next up, we have the Battle of the Titans. It's Aeroship versus the most expensive one I've ever got, the heavyweight of the collection. Right, it's the Battle of the Heavyweights here, folks. I may have to go make a cup of tea after this. So here we go. We're off. Oops. And there they go. And there it is with a slow, languid spin. Its time has come. And the aeroship is still going strong. Yep, this one is over, folks. There we go. Good effort again, but a bit of a slaughter, a bit of a one-sided contest, that one, I'm afraid. There we go. It's over. A rather interesting battle here between the pincer and the ball-bearing noisy one. Who knows the outcome of that one? So we come to the final, quarter-final. Here it is, folks. Pincer versus ball-bearing. They're off. No missing. Straight into this one. Bit of an unknown quantity, these two. The ball-bearing hasn't been played with as much as I would have liked to. And the pincer one, well, that's just a new one on the scene, so we don't know what to expect from that. We haven't really played that a lot either. So these really are two unknown quantities going into battle head-to-head here. So this one seems to be coming to a rather slow conclusion, but it looks like the pincer is going to just get this one. Ball bearing is coming to a stop now, and the pincer is going on, but I don't really fancy its chances in the second half, no. But it's oh, hang on a minute. Oh, it's over, but that was a rather slow competition, that one. Yep, there it is, that's over. And last we have the battle axe shape against glow in the dark. Cheap one. Place your bets, folks. So here it is, the final heat to see who goes into the quarterfinals. Got Blade against cheap Glow in the Dark. We're off. There we go. Two completely contrasting styles here. The heavy Blade with its, well, it's actually moving a little bit, I think, that one. And the Glow in the Dark one, well, that has been played with an awful lot, I must say, so it probably worn in a little bit more than the Blade. So we'll see what happens here, though. An interesting battle, this one. The Blade one actually does seem to be moving out of camera shot. We'll see what happens here, though. Well, this one is coming to conclusion, but there are some strange noises coming from the Blade. It seems to be off balance almost. As you can see now, it is definitely going to be the Blade that gets through this one, but no, it seems to have got through its moment there. And there it is then, folks. That is the last heat, as the yellow one just finally slows down. It's lost momentum. That one's out. Good night. See you later. Farewell. Good effort. So indeed, tense moments in those heats, folks, and this is what we have. We have the Dark Death Star against the little brass one. We have the Cumbersome Brute versus the Quad. We have Technicolor Rainbow versus Aeroship. What a battle that's going to be. And our final quarterfinal is Pincer versus the Blade. Well, folks, you've seen it happening. Which one do you think is going to win? Stay tuned.